Hi everyone, I am Isabella Shull. I decided to write my research paper over Mother Teresa because she has made a huge impact in the world. Mother Teresa was an influential and inspiring Roman Catholic. She gave people meaningful lessons and is someone who is admired, respected, and honored in many different ways for the things she dedicated her life to, such as God, service, and people. She made a difference in so many lives for her service that she will always leave an impact in history, even though she is no longer here. Mother Teresa decided to dedicate her life and love to God at an early age of 18, just to help and serve the poorest of the poor and lift those who were dying and sick. This led her to becoming a nun. She started a charity and also won many different awards for her service. God's calling for her was to help the poor, sick, and the dying and start missionaries for charities. Her service was spending her days nursing the sick, feeding the hungry, and also comforting the dying. Mother Teresa was a very strong woman throughout her life. She often questioned her spirituality because of the pain and darkness she suffered throughout her life. But she often took this pain and darkness as a learning tool and continued to serve the poor, sick, and dying. The first way I related her to Himes was Himes would identify happiness as a temporary feeling that is brought up solely by materialistic items or goods as well as events in time. The feeling or sense of joy brought up by emotions or actions such as finding inner peace with oneself or the act of serving those who are in need of help. Himes would suggest that people search for joy because it is not temporary like finding happiness. Joy is an emotion that is forever lasting. Second, Himes would define agape to be the highest, purest, as well as the most undeniable form of love there is. Agape is typically shown by God. When she served others, she knew she had a greater love towards the less fortunate. She made sure to give all that she had in order to help those who had little to nothing. God would say that she showed agape love when she performed any act of service. The third theme was Mother Teresa knew that God is a mystery and that there is no way of ever knowing who and what God's true intentions are. Throughout her life, she trusted that God would guide her through the difficult times and help her make the best decisions in order for her to remain a true child of God. Himes stated that it is of great consciousness of God to remind ourselves that in the talking about God, we are talking about an absolute mystery. My fourth theme was sacramentality, is known as the full embodiment of Christ. By being able to put God first in all that we do, we ensure sacramental vision. The act of service is an act that God insists that we do in order to live our lives completely through Him. And my last theme was humans are described to be restless. By giving ourselves to others, serving others, and by putting others first, we are able to subside the restlessness that we feel. She always felt like she was never doing enough, so she always searched for more to give and help serve those in need, but never wanted to be recognized for her work done. She always was humble and says this was a part of her calling. Throughout Mother Teresa's life, she has always felt if she was not doing enough. The restlessness that lied in her heart drove her to start serving through the Lord. Every act of service that Mother Teresa did left her feeling even more restless than before. She constantly felt like there were more people that she needed to help. She always saw the Lord in each person, which made her service more fulfilling. If anyone in this world deserved to be happy and fulfilled with joy, it was Mother Teresa.